Hey friends, it's Nalini. Come along with me as I fly back to Hawaii after the National Catholic Youth Conference in Indianapolis. Together I'll be interviewing Austin Tyler, my co-creator for Lumen Day Creations. And this is Getting PersoNell with Christ. Hey everybody, it's me, Nalini, also known as Nell, and this is Getting PersoNell with Christ. We are on the plane, and I am with my friend and co-creator of Lumen Day Creations, Austin Tyler Fernandez. And I just wanted to interview him because it was his first national conference, National Catholic Conference. Although it was a youth one, it's still impactful for all ages. So, Austin, in one sentence, what did you feel when you went to NCYC?
Oh, one sentence. I think it's the surreal passion that these youth have is what makes it all worth it, Just real quick, when people say our faith is dead and all this kind of stuff, and you show up and there's millions of youth, thousands of youth that are showing up for Christ and all this kind of stuff. I said that is what really impacted me this weekend. Just seeing those kids present there and the innocence of them just loving Christ is just amazing.
So, Austin is actually in the process of going through OCIA to get confirmed. Now, do you think if you had this opportunity to go to NCYC when you were younger, do you think you would have gone, and do you think it would have been as impactful as these kids see it?
Truthfully, I think so. I feel like because if I knew about things like this prior, I feel like it would have been just as impactful. But what I will say now is that I think at my age that I am now, and doing things that I did prior, and now coming back into it, I think that's what makes the impact a little bit more greater than just doing it from a young age. Now, people are really fortunate, right, to have, growing up like cradle Catholics. They're so fortunate to be in that realm. But I think if I did attend it back when I was a kid, I still think I would feel the same. I think it's not as impactful. I think it's more impactful to me now as an adult. Yeah.
And then seeing that it's more impactful for you now, why is it more impactful for you now?
I think it's more impactful for me now because, there's times where, like I've said, I've felt like my cup was always half full with my faith. And I think coming back home to the church, saying yes to Jesus again, going to adoration, receiving the Eucharist, just being so blessed to have the sacraments that we have, I think really shows that I'm at an age where I think I understand things a lot deeper than sometimes kids would, or even, younger young adults would. And I think when you open your mind and your heart to these things and look at it in the bigger picture and fully understand what you're getting into, I think that makes all the impact worth it. Yeah.
So most of the youth in the continental U.S. still receive their confirmation as teenagers. Back in Hawaii, kids get their confirmation at second grade now.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that you are in the same boat as these kids, picking a confirmation name, picking a patron saint for yourself, who have you thought of anybody to be your patron saint?
Yeah, I have. And I think, well, we had a conversation about this. So there are two saints right now that are resonating with me. Now, Carlo Acutis is one that's I hold very special to me in my heart. I think a few reasons why I am leaning towards picking him too is because He is the patron saint of, you know, technology, and also just being involved with young adults and that kind of stuff, you know. And I think for me, his love for the Eucharist is very eye opening for me. I think in times where I'm so upset and all that kind of stuff, I remember that he has always said that, like, without the Eucharist, you know, like, it's our highway to heaven, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely our highway to heaven. So that has been one thing that's been kind of impactful for me. Another one would be Saint Augustine. Now, I say Saint Augustine because, you know, I didn't live the most holiest of lives before this, and I think Saint Augustine is a representation to all humans that we are human, and that we can make bad choices and do things, and we can definitely come back from that. And it's not that I didn't love Jesus or didn't love Christ, you know, back then, but I feel like Saint Augustine is a very good representation of what we um, need to be as humans, that you can make mistakes and you can do things that are not very holy, and you can
Turn your life around.
completely 180. And I think that in itself is why those two are resonating so much with me. um so yeah.
I love how you have someone from the past, like real old, like a church father, and then you have this young millennial as another choice, and I see it for both your life, you know, your old past and how you have turned yourself around, and then this new path in this digital technology and your love for the Eucharist and adoration. So it's gonna be a tough choice, but you know, why can't you have two? You can.
I know. I mean, maybe that's something I'll talk to Deacon about.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna take Carla and I'm gonna be an honorary Augustine or something like that, you know.
And you know, as we were sitting in the stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, and you know, Pope Leo came and spoke to the youth and all of us. For some reason, I had a thought. I wonder if Austin's gonna pick Saint Augustine for his patron saint. Then you know, it he talks so well about it because he's an Augustinian priest. So just having that in there, Carlo Acutis being the patron saint of NCYC this year.
Isn't it kind of crazy though, like how the two people that I was thinking about, Pope Leo referenced, on top of what Pierre, you know, let's not forget Pierre, but he referenced both saints in that particular thing. So I'm like, damn, like maybe that's telling me something, you know? Yeah. But you know, just to kind of touch on Pope Leo, I mean, I think for all of us, it was a really touching moment, you know. I feel like it really had nothing to do with the amount of kids that were there or anything like that, or how rehearsed, you know, that talk was, you know, with the script. Yes, because he is busy, but I think the most reverent part about that whole thing is him being live with there, and how the theme of this was I am, you know, yo soy, and I think embodying the Holy Spirit, and I think him as our figure, you know, on earth as Christ, like he is the true embodiment of what the Holy Spirit is to all of us. And I think just having him there and having that feeling in the room is, I think, what made it just surreal.
Yeah. So the theme was I am, and my talk was I am fearless. If you would say that you are something, what is your I am blank?
I am blank.
Yeah.
I am changed.
I am changed. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
So when I say I am changed is because it's a lot, I mean, I feel like a lot of speakers nowadays, especially with you, we tend to, like, even that little fortune thing, that funny fortune thing we got to, was talking about how we can never forget our past and stuff like that. And I think for me is why I say I am changed is because those particular things in my life have no relevance. I mean, they made me who I am, but I think they have no relevance to how I'm truthfully feeling in the moment. And what I'm saying about that is, there's times where, there's temptations that come left and right with certain things. And, like, let's use this for example. Like, we're older. We like to, have a drink here and there and whatnot. But before, like, I used to just drink to get drunk. You know, drink till I pass out. And now I can happily have drinks with friends and whatnot and be genuinely happy because I feel like and remember that Christ is in the center of my life. Like, just those kind of things. I think
Yeah.
as I remember that He is the center, He has changed me for the better, letting me see things in a light of just not
Yeah.
forcing it,
Is that a song? Change for the better.
Change for the better. Yeah, should we make it one?
Isn't that a song?
Is it?
Is it? Isn't that like a Wicked song? Change
Oh, I am changed for good.
or change for good? I was like,
Or is it I am changed? I forgot what the title is, but
yeah,
yeah. Wicked 2.
Wicked too. Okay, we need to watch that.
Yeah.
But for anyone who hasn't been to NCYC, either a youth or a adult, even just bringing someone there, what do you think they would look forward to coming to one of these conferences?
That's never been at all.
Yeah.
Now, I think that really depends on the person, but I think the fellowship and the friendships, you will make on this journey, the people that you will listen to. I think attending any type of conference is good. I've been to one for music, I've been to one for business, and I think when you really immerse yourself in the situation of the event and fully allow yourself to be open-minded to it, I think the possibilities are endless. The connections that you make with people, and like how you talked about, plant seeds in your life now that may eventually help this youth grow later on. Yeah.
One last question. If you could make your own conference, what would be the theme?
Church related, right?
Yes, church related.
So one big thing that we've been talking about is like gifts, right? Like, so, and I think what was crazy about that too is it was mentioned during this conference as well. Gian mentioned about how we need to use our gifts for Christ, and I'm a strong believer in that. And I think if I had a conference, it would be helping youth and others find what their gift is. Whether you have one or you're not, I think we need to accept everybody for, like how he said, some people are musically talented, some people can draw really well, and some people really don't know. So maybe they need inspiration from others, like yourself and other content creators out there, about things that can help them find what their gifts are, or also connect with other people, find interest. And I think making that Christ and center related with that is, I think that would be really a good conference to attend.
Yeah. That's great. And so we have about like 30 to 40 more minutes on this crazy airline ride. Thank you, Austin, for joining me at NCYC, for helping make our business better and known in our Catholic community.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me.
thank you for allowing me to interview you. And I hope that we have more conferences we can go to so that we can be changed, we can be renewed, we can be loved more by our community and loved by God. And with that, go light up the world with His love. Bye.